What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Dude Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. And guys, it's a little bit of a different junk because I want to discuss something that occurred during the Ron Wills interview. And that video was called "Sisters Take Too Long to Secure the Educated Brother," but by then it's too late. So I want to leave that video at the first comment pinned to the top. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go check it out. It's a very, very good video, very good collaboration. But what Ron Wills said toward the end of the video, a lot of black men are weighing women under two categories: asset or liability. Okay? You may also call it the bill or the burden theory. Whereas guys who have achieved something in life, a system that works for them, a system that's efficient, they have good businesses, cash flow, a good network, something that makes them very successful, very prosperous. When an African American man is at this level, or any successful man of any nation or creed or anything like that, that man cannot afford to just bring anybody into his circle. And I'm not talking about athletes, because obviously athletes get paid based on their performance on the court. And rappers and celebrities, they have money and they have wealth, but it is accrued in many cases a lot differently than the normal guy. Now, sure, athletes do work hard, and some have had to overcome a lot of adversities to make it to those leagues. But a lot of times, athletes may not carry the same morals as the guys who have had to make it in corporate America or had to make it in the business world, right? Those ranks require a lot of intestinal fortitude mentally. So do sports, but mentally, right? And so a lot of guys have built their way, without being highly touted. And it took them getting up at 4 a.m. every morning. It took them working 2 or 3 jobs. It took them starting off very small. It took them a lot of discipline. And one thing that can ruin it is having the wrong people around you, which is why a lot of times African Americans, when they get a lot of money, if they come from East Baltimore, if they come from West Baltimore, they come from South Side Chicago, they come from 7 Mile in Detroit, North Philly, Del Paso Heights in Sacramento, East Oakland, what do? They get out of those places that they're around, right? Because they don't want those people to be around them because it's not conducive. And similarly, an African American man who is talented, especially one that has a lot to lose, he's going to wage a woman in one or two categories. Are you an asset? Meaning that, do you bring any value to the relationship that will increase what I have? Whether that, that increases emotionally support. He may not need your money, but it could be connections. It could be stability. It could become a relaxation in the way of life. Or are you a liability? Meaning that all of a sudden now the income that I have to spend on you, your bills. You don't bring anything to me but problems, your emotional distress. So that's what a guy can gauge you. And again, at first, if a woman is very attractive and has a nice ass, sure, you can get past certain things. But that doesn't mean he's going to keep you. Okay? Because if you're a liability, that's one thing for sure. You got to go. And see, a lot of ladies out there don't understand how black men really come to this situation, because a lot of guys are not talking about this. You want to know why there's so many single moms there, unmarried black women out there, and they don't understand why. And I'm gonna just say this: A lot of brothers, at least the ones that they want, because there are black men out there that want to marry black women, and those black women are not interested in them. But the men that black women want, okay, for many of them, they didn't make the cut. They don't understand why. Why didn't I make the cut? Well, for the guys that you're interested in, a lot of guys put you into the category of liability. That doesn't mean that he don't like you. That don't mean that he won't trick on you. That don't mean that he won't screw you. Right? Hell, that don't mean that he won't even have a baby by you. That doesn't mean that. It means that long term, down the road, are you a kind of woman that I can build my life with? Or not even build my life with? Can you not mess anything up that I currently have going on right now? You don't have to, just don't take anything away. And what I'm talking about, are you a woman that's going back to the responsibility thing? Are you responsible? You know, there are a lot of women that you have, you meet in life, very fun, nice. But one of the things is that they have problems in their own personal life where, let's say, they're in between jobs a lot. Not even in between jobs, can't handle finances, having problems paying people back, having issues with their own mom, having issues with their friends. See, these things are red flags, right? And some of them are careless enough to even tell you this when you first meet them. Like women like to talk. Guys know that, which is what we hate. But if you can get them to talk in the first 3 to 4 dates, they'll tell you a lot of stuff that you need to know about them. And those liability red flags are there all the time, okay? And a black man that has something going for himself, he knows one thing. Patience is a virtue. I have the ability to pass on you now to get something better in the future. Because why? I know that there's market for me. And that's something that I think African American women don't want to understand. Black men who have developed later, the market is enormous for them to get mates. I don't have to buy right now. Sisters need somebody to buy right now. Especially if they're 29, 30, 31, 32. Hey, gotta have that baby. Gotta have somebody to buy. It's more pressure on women to have somebody to buy right now. Black men are like, I can wait. Right? I got my stuff together. My things are getting in order. I can pass on you. I can pass on you. I can pass on the headache. I can pass on that. You're a liability. Therefore, I can cut ties with you at any time. And it's easy for me to replace you because you just don't have anything that's going on that I need to have right now. And every now and then a man can come across a woman that's so life-changing. Because, you know, I don't doubt that that's out there. That's so unique that she's so much different than somebody else. You know, if we were talking about the NFL draft, you would call the woman a once-in-a-lifetime talent, you know, something that they call Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers. You know, these are can't-miss picks, right? And you have women out there. But unfortunately, a lot of black men just don't look at the pool of people in our community as like, oh my God, I got to have her right now. A lot of black men are more like, I'm seeing some red flags here. I think this is more of a liability than an asset. In fact, I know it's more of a liability than an asset. I can wait. Why? I have enough problems as it is. Okay? I don't want to go back and forth having to retrain somebody. I don't have to go back and retrain somebody how to respect me. Understanding the gender roles. So because you're a liability, I'll just let it go. And I like you a lot. I really love you. You're a nice person. You're great. You're fun. Sex is awesome. As far as it's going to go. Because you're not going to mess up my things. And a lot of brothers have fell victim to letting the wrong woman. And for a lot of guys who are doing very well, it's a lot of wrong women out there for you out there in Black America who don't understand how professionalism really works. They can understand it from their point of view. See, that's one thing. A lot of women understand what it means to be professional for them and to have business for themselves, but they don't really understand what it means for a man to have that infrastructure. A lot of women don't expect black men to have that kind of infrastructure. They don't. So it's foreign when they find black men out there that have these things set up for themselves. Now you're with a guy that probably don't need you. You know, a lot of times sisters are used to dealing with guys who need them, and you know, and they make them feel important. But now you're with a guy that don't really need you. So instead of you know, being the starter, you come off the bench, okay? You got to prove yourself. A lot of sisters don't like that. And then when you get put into the liability category, it's a problem. But can you be an asset? Do you increase the man's value? You don't have to necessarily have money for that, but you know what? Can you be helpful? Can I, can I, some women, for the wrong guy, I've seen this done. They'll be very nice, hospitable. Can they cook? Can they do something for them clean? Can they go run errands? Can they do anything to make this guy's life better? Ask the guy, what can I do? They don't want to compete for the black man like that. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. Check out the Patreon, guys. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.